Oh my gosh, we got back from our Boston trip so late last night. It was like 11 p.m. because our flight got delayed by 3 hours because of the snow. So I'm exhausted. It is Tuesday afternoon and we have had a very long work day today. I had 5 back-to-back meetings. I did not stop from 10:30 to 1:30, and then I took an hour-long break for lunch because I needed it. Oh my gosh. And now it is about 3:15. I am doing some tasks that were assigned to me, and so I'm getting through them. I have a big backlog, but I am doing my best to stay updated. I am tracking everything, making sure everything's getting done. But before we get started with this little vlog, if you're new here, hi, welcome on in. My name is Brooke and I'm 29 years old. I live in North Carolina with my husband, and on my channel, I like to do lifestyle vlogs and do personal finance stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, please subscribe and make sure you stick around. We're starting a new vlog. This vlog is going to be a low spend week. We're going to try to do a low spend week because we spent a good amount over the weekend, which is totally fine. Like, I expected that. Thankfully, we stayed with one of my husband's friends from college. They were so nice to let us stay at their apartment, so we didn't have to pay for that. And we took public transportation literally as much as we could, or we walked. So we didn't like pay for any Ubers or anything like that. We did really well on that. The main thing that we did was food, and it was quite a bit of food. So we ate out lunch and dinner like most days. We also got some ice cream and we did the afternoon tea, which was so great. But like, there was a lot of stuff that we did in terms of like our guilt-free spending. So this week I want to do a low spend, guilt-free spending week because I am actually out of my guilt-free spending for the rest of the month, and it is only January 20th. So we've got quite a few days of the month to get through. However, apparently there's supposed to be a snow apocalypse coming for North Carolina. We do have to go to the grocery store, and because the storm is supposed to be coming in, I want to go to the grocery store tomorrow after work so we don't have to try and do anything next weekend if there does come a storm. So that's my goal. And we also don't have too many activities we're doing this week. I do have band practice on Thursday night that may or may not get canceled because of the snow. I'm not sure what time it's supposed to start snowing, but because band practice lasts till 9:15, I am not sure how long people are going to want to stay out to do that. So we will see. And then Friday, we don't have anything. We had a long weekend. It was fun, but we spent a little bit. So we're just going to have a chiller week and not spend as much, do a low spend as much as possible, and just have a good week staying warm. And if you are in the South, stay warm with me, y'all. So let's go ahead. Let's get back to work. Tonight we're going to make some Indian for dinner. So we're going to just be cooking that here at home. I have been defrosting some chicken. So we're all pretty good for that. Let's just sit here and continue on this work day. Wednesday, and we just came back from the store. We went to go and find some space heaters that are propane, so just in case our electricity goes out, we can have that. So we weren't able to find any in stock, and we asked one of the Home Depot employees, and he said that he was also trying to help another lady find some stuff, and he couldn't find any. They only have the electric ones available. So I went online, and I actually found a 2-pack on Amazon that was going to be available to come to our house tomorrow. So I was like, I don't want to risk it, like trying to get something that might come Saturday, because obviously Saturday is when everything is supposed to happen. So I was like, oh, I guess we'll just get this 2-pack. So that was $244 spent at Amazon this morning to buy those 2 space heaters, and we still need to go and get groceries today. We also stopped at Walmart and we got some stuff there. We got an ice scraper for my car. We got another space heater. So we have 2 space heaters now, 2 electric space heaters. We have the 2 propane heaters that are coming tomorrow. We are trying to really make sure that our house is warm. If we don't use the second propane heater, my thought was if the power goes out and anybody in our neighborhood like needs a propane space heater to keep their house warm, or at least a room in their house warm, because it's only 9,000 BTU, which apparently can only do about 225 square feet, then we can give it to them and just let them use it. I think that, you know, in this time where not everybody is prepared for this, like I want to just like make sure our neighbors are taken care of too. So buying the 2-pack's not too bad. We will find a use for the second one. And tonight when we go to the grocery store, we will also stop by the hardware store and pick up some 1-pound propane tanks. I did my research. I was really looking online this morning, trying to make sure that they are all good, trying to read up on like, oh, carbon monoxide stuff and everything like that, if it's safe. And this one has an oxygen meter, so if the room stops having enough oxygen, it'll automatically shut off, which is nice. And my thing would be that we'd probably run it for like maybe 2 hours to get the space warm, and then turn it off, and then wait till the space gets cold again before reusing it. And that will also save propane. Hopefully we won't need to use this, but I want to be prepared. And actually I was thinking about that as I was reading this Thinking in Bets book yesterday. And she talks about like when people think about their best and worst decisions that they make, what they usually actually think about is the best and worst results that came from a decision that they made. And that is a fallacy called resulting. And I really like resonated with that, because when I was like thinking through that question myself as I was reading this book, I was also thinking about the results, not the decision. So I know that this is a sound decision, and even if we don't make use of it, that's better, because that means that we didn't lose power. So my hope is that we will have these and not need to use them, and that's a good decision, just to be prepared for whatever comes. I really hope that we don't get like 4 inches of ice like they said, because that would shut off the power for quite some time. So here's to hoping that I bought these space heaters and we don't even need to use them, and it's still a good decision because we can use them in the future because they're propane, so we can always like go and get new propane tanks to use. You can also hook it up to like a 20-pound propane tank if you get the adapter. We don't use propane at our house. We don't have gas stove or anything like that. Everything's electric. So at our new house, we may or may not be using propane. So I don't know, but these will be very useful to use in other cold winters as well. We have officially made it to bread, milk, and eggs frenzy, because this was the only bread available. Everything else was like buns and all this stuff. And it's the keto bread. It was expensive too. It was like $6 for this tiny loaf. But I was like, you know, John and I will just have to ration our bread. But we tried to buy as much stuff that we don't have to cook, just in case the storm comes. So we got some fruit. We have some bananas. We usually don't do this, but I've got a bunch of like snacks and stuff just in case we can't cook. So popcorn and tortilla chips. Oh, we didn't get more salsa. We got tortilla chips but no salsa. Okay, well, that's fun. We got multiple boxes of Triscuits and a couple of protein bars, chocolate, because if I'm going to be caught in a snowstorm, at least I need chocolate. Minute rice, so probably not going to be useful if the power goes out. And then I wanted to try these because my coworkers were eating them yesterday, and they're the Chomps. She said they're really good. And so I got the jalapeno flavor, and then this is, I think, the original flavor. Yeah, the original flavor. So, and then we also got a salad kit, Can make that when the power's out. Thankfully, they were not out of oat milk yet, but they were definitely out of regular milk. A lot of people were buying the regular milk up. More chicken breast, some more turkey meat, shrimp. Last but not least, some more yogurt. This is the whole milk one, but it's still plain. I wanted to get the plain, but they're out of the non-fat, so I got the whole milk one. And that is our grocery haul. We did a lot, and I have had this window open because I wanted to make sure that our solar, and I have 2 of them, and this one is even more bright. But now they've been sitting and they've been charging all day in that window, so they should be good to go. You guys, happy Thursday. I know that my couch is a little bit messy, but we're doing what we can. Our propane heaters that we bought yesterday should be coming. And honestly, I think that for like this low spend week, we've kind of failed because we had to buy a lot of stuff for the house. But like, I am probably going to pull it out of our sinking fund for that, so it's not going to like mess up our budget too badly. Just wanted to give that caveat. They were kind of expensive because I had to buy a 2-pack. But we did have a no spend day on Tuesday, and we're probably not going to spend any money today. This is kind of going to become checking off how many no spend days we can do rather than like a low spend week. Because honestly, like if we do several no spend days, which I mean, if we get snowed in on Saturday and Sunday, we're obviously not going to be spending very much money then, especially if the power goes out. I think that, you know, if I have 3 to 4 no spend days for the rest of this week, it'll make up for the fact that we spent too much yesterday. Because we also had to go to Ace Hardware, and we don't have a 20-pound propane tank. We don't have any of that stuff, so we had to buy all that. We had to get the propane tank filled up. So we spent $186 at Ace Hardware to get all that stuff. And we went to the grocery store, and I showed you my grocery haul yesterday. All of that was $98, which is way more than we usually spend at Aldi. But I tried to buy things that were going to be shelf stable and that we don't have to cook and things like that. Hopefully everything will go good this weekend. We won't lose power or anything like that. With the ice storm coming, I'm worried about the power, and I'm also not going to be driving around that much. Probably tomorrow we'll have to fill up my car because my car right now only has half a tank. And so I want to like fill that up to at least have a full tank of gas. So just in case we like just need to go out and sit in our car and just get warm in there, I want to have a full tank of gas. Let's hop on to work. Let's get going for the day. We've got stuff to do, and tonight I have band practice. I don't think it's been canceled because the storm's not supposed to happen till Saturday, so I think we'll be fine. And yeah, let's just go on about our work day. Guys, quick update. This has been a complete failure of a no spend challenge week because guess what went on pre-sale today? BTS tickets. Guess who got a BTS ticket? This girl. So I'm so excited. But also, that low spend week, she does not exist. She does not exist. So that is all. Still gonna keep vlogging this week. Still just working away on my computer, getting my presentation ready for next week. But y'all, it's not happening. The low spin week is completely blown out of the water. But I will say, I thought the ticket price was pretty good. So I am very proud of myself. $289, baby. It's pretty good for a BTS ticket. So I'm excited. It's in August. Why is it every time you're like, oh, I'm going to do a low spin week, you're just like, nah, man, time to spend all the monies. We will continue to do better. Tomorrow, I am going to go to Chick-fil-A to redeem my free 4-count chicken mini that apparently I have on the app for some reason and get gas for my car. So that will be my little free breakfast and going to get gas. So I'll be ready for my car on the weekend. And then I got my free breakfast, so maybe tomorrow will be a no-spin day. Maybe. We'll see. Hi guys, happy Friday. We started off the morning by getting up early at 6:30, taking a shower, and then going to get free chicken minis because I got like a free chicken mini. It was just nice. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to treat myself after a very long week. Going to go out and get my chicken minis. So I did that, and then I also had to stop for gas. So this was the only other thing that I bought today, and it was $25.75 for gas. I did have 10 cents off a gallon, which is really nice. Time for lunch now, and we did not meal prep anything for lunch. So I'm just gonna quickly make a snack wrap and have an orange with it. I have a little bit of ranch dressing left over from Popeyes, so I'm gonna use that for my wrap. And I'm just going to add some spinach, some cheese, and some turkey to my wrap. I'm gonna do that and have that for our lunch. Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. So sorry for not vlogging for the past couple days. We really just stayed home because of the snow, and yesterday was actually a no spin day, so that is actually one extra no spin day this week. And Saturday I only had one thing that I paid for, which was my Apple subscription for $9.99. And on Sunday we just bought my dad a birthday gift that was $12. So both Saturday and Sunday were pretty low spin days. And yesterday I actually started doing something. I started listing some old Pokemon cards on eBay, and I actually sold quite a bit. So I have to put all of these in the mail today so that they can go out to the people that bought them. But I'm really shocked by how much money you can make by just selling some of the stuff that you don't ever use. Like all of the stuff that I thought were just kind of like, I had them and I didn't really use them, and they're kind of like taking up space in my house. Like I was able to sell them and make money, and now I'm going to use that money. It's going to be my fun money for BTS concert and everything like that. So that's really exciting that I did make some money this week. So I'm not going to take that out of the total, but I will put our household spending and my personal spending total down below here so you can see how much we did. Y'all, we made it to over 450, which I was like, what the heck? Like I woke up and I was like, 466 subscribers. The day before I had 418. So I am flabbergasted. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate every single one. And remember, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye guys.